Good morning and welcome to your daily dose of caffeine. This is Smell the Coffee with your hosts Diana Master and Aina Riza Quayo. Chilly morning this morning, isn't it?
Chilly morning, extremely chilly. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling a little cold.
It is very cold actually.
Yeah.
And I'm just glad, to be alive. It's a blessing for you to see another week from a hectic weekend. We are blessed, man. We are blessed.
We are truly blessed, and I realize even us just coming back home is such an underrated blessing. Because so many people don't get to come home, but for us, we've gotten so used to it that we take it for granted, most of the time, when really we should be grateful for each day because someone didn't get to see the sun today.
Yeah.
Someone
I
didn't
think
get to
it's
wake up.
important that each and every one of us keep a gratitude journal. Always be grateful. Always say thank you, whether to God or other people. Always express your gratitude because once you are grateful, you attract a lot of things.
Yes, definitely.
Positive things.
Positive vibes only. And also because we are in a new week, it's always great to start off the week, with your goals, what you want to accomplish, and just a wake-up call. We are now in June. We are officially halfway through the year. What have you accomplished? What are some of the goals you told yourself you'd accomplish this year? And, just do a progress check, see how far you are with those goals. And if you haven't started, now is your time to get up and get started. Because the thing is, you're going to look back 3 months from now and you're going to regret everything that you didn't accomplish. And you need to hold yourself accountable. Me, for one, I have to hold myself accountable because I did say that this year I would definitely get my license. And I realized, because I say this year, I'm like, oh no, but there's like 12 months in a year and what. So what helps is setting a date to say, by this date, I need to have, something certain.
I think also, just in addition to that, I think it's important, that you set monthly goals or even weekly goals or daily goals. What are you going to do today? Take it step by step. You don't have to make goals for the whole year, for the next 5 years. Say, what am I going to do today? I'm going to eat healthy today and I'm going to exercise. Well done. Tomorrow, I'm going to apply for a job. Well done. Take it step by step by step by step until you get to the point that you want to get to.
Because also, like you're saying, if you just say, this year I'm going to do this. You
this
tend to get
long.
overwhelmed. And you tend to get overwhelmed because now you're thinking, oh my goodness, by the time this year is over, I need to be in a new country. How is that going to happen? So start small. Okay, I'm going to start by applying for a job where and where. I'm going to start learning the language because, for example, I want to go to France. You're going to need to start learning French. So just do that step by step by step. Okay, if I do A, okay, cool. And also that way you feel more accomplished because you are ticking off goals. Whereas if you just have this one chunk of goals, you're going to feel overwhelmed and eventually you're just going to be like, oh, you know what, it's impossible. I'm not going to do it.
Yeah,
and you get discouraged and, unmotivated. But stick around. We'll be back with our top stories right after this break.
Neo Paints has established a 67-year Namibian legacy, creating personalized paint solutions that blend quality and innovation for the Namibian people. We pride ourselves in being a 100% Namibian-owned company, investing in our country and our people by employing and empowering true Namibians. With every brushstroke, Neo Paints commits to our quality guarantee and always delivering a coat of excellence. At Neo Paints, we always stay true to our country. We are as Namibian as you.
Now, starting off our freshly brewed news this morning, go as you please. A funeral firm is hoping to break the taboo of talking about death in offering custom-made coffins, which includes a casket designed like a Greg's sausage roll. Bosses at Go As You Please say no idea is off limits to help make a difficult day a little lighter. Suggested designs include the Doctor Who TARDIS, a pint of Tennent's lager, and a bottle of Bell's whiskey. There's also Star Wars, Game of of Thrones, The Walking Dead, Harry Potter, and Only Fools and Horses designs to help spark ideas. The firm, which has branches in the northeast of England and Edinburgh in Scotland, said the coffins are built to the needs of each individual and customer.
Okay, wow, that is new. That
Right?
is interesting.
I like the lager one. That is,
Yeah, that's beer.
that's beer.
Oh,
There's
love.
one that's actually designed like a sausage roll.
How would you like to go?
I've always
As a
said
lipstick. Your coffin would have lipstick because you love lipstick so much.
you have no manners. No, I've always said I don't want to be buried
Oh, okay, you want to be cremated.
because why do you want to leave me? You know,
With these random
the
strangers.
Like, you want to leave me with strangers in a place, and if you're gonna bury me, then everyone has to spend the first week with me there.
No.
In the graveyard.
This is your new home.
Ah.
There are people there.
Huh? You want to leave me with strangers? So I've always said.
No, but sometimes, or at least where I come from, our graveyards are usually closer to
homestead,
closer to our homes. So you would find your forefathers there, great fathers.
But they're still strangers. These people died before I
Yeah,
even
you
met
never
them.
even met them.
Exactly.
So usually, like for me, my namesake was buried closer to her dad and
Okay.
her uncle. It's like a family vibe there. Yeah.
Okay, I know that, like, when my dad passed away, so basically we have, they have a cemetery, right, in Zim, and we bought, like, I would say, I think they bought like 10 spaces, so we would all be buried next to each other. So it looks like I might be buried next to my dad, but I'm not going to get buried. So my idea of how I want to go is, right, hear me out. It might sound absurd, but I have thought about this, because there was a time I had COVID and I was like, yeah, this is it.
This is how I'm
This
going
is how
out.
I'm going. Dana signing out. This is it. So I said to my mom, I need you to cremate me. And she said, oh my goodness, how are we going to have your ashes?
Are we
And I
not
said,
going to
"No."
watch your face for the last time? We're not going to view your face.
No, you'll view my face.
When, if you're
and it'll be made to the
cremated?
gods, right? It'll be made to the gods. Because, you know, when I'm a ghost, I must also slay, right? And then they'll cremate me. Instead of putting my ashes
So
in
we'll
an
first
urn,
view you.
you view me,
And then they go and cremate.
and then they go cremate
Oh,
me.
okay.
And then instead of having my ashes in an urn, what they'll do is there's this company that basically puts you in sort of like a crystal ball-ish
Okay.
that you shake and then you see the ashes. So I want to be in there. Tanya, my little sister, did offer that they can put my ashes into a necklace and should carry me around wherever I go.
Wow. That's nice.
Right?
That's cute, actually.
Yeah,
That's
because
very thoughtful.
why do you want to leave me with strangers? No.
They are your family
I'm
now.
scared.
Your new end family scared
I'm
of what
scared.
if you are
I'm
dead?
scared. I'm also scared. Oh, but who says dead people can't be scared?
They can't. All right, now we move over to our next story. Still speaking about dead people, police are looking into suspects that are part of the AKA murder. Now, the suspects are part of a powerful and feared family in KZN with links to the taxi industry and construction mafia. Police have reportedly made important breakthroughs in investigating the murder of Keenan Forbes, who was known as AKA. In February, AKA was shot outside the Wish on Florida restaurant in Durban. Tabelo Tibbs Motswane, AKA's friend and a celebrity chef, was also shot and killed during the incident. City Press is reporting that police are investigating AKA's close associates. They are also looking into a member of family involved in taxi operations. These family members also have links to the construction mafia in KwaZulu-Natal. Sources in the security cluster told the publication that AKA and Motawane were followed from King Shaka International Airport to the Wish on Florida restaurant. The police have already obtained the footage that reveals that there was surveillance by the hitman who later carried out the hit outside the Wish on Florida restaurant in Durban. Now, this family is powerful and feared, said one source. A source also claimed that one of the suspects was at the scene when AKA's fiancée Nelly Tembe died in Cape Town in 2021.
Well, You know, it's hard to believe that it's already been 4 months since this happened. It's still quite traumatic, actually. But, I mean, from the minute we found out that he had been shot dead in Durban, speculations were already, you know, there that this was Nelly's family that ordered the hit. And even one of his friends that was there with him when they were having basically his last supper, his last dinner, whatever. Remember, there was already speculation that his friends were in on the hit and whatever. So I would say this doesn't come as a surprise. But will they be able to nab the mafia boss? Because these people are powerful, and we know that corruption is rife. We know that people can buy, you know, police officers and detectives. I mean, it's only a matter of time before the case just goes cold. Because I feel like, in a way, they're like, yeah, they'll forget at some point. Or they're just going to find scapegoats and say, oh, we found the hitman. That's it. Like, because at the end of the day, it's not like the mobster pulled the trigger. The hitmen were the ones that pulled the trigger. And sure, they could be implicated in the murder because of, you know, conspiracy to murder and whatever. But nabbing them for the crime, especially mafia bosses.
Mafia bosses are really mafia.
They're like ruthless.
Yeah, ruthless, actually.
They're ruthless, and they're careful, and they're calculated about their movements. Every move they make is calculated. They know exactly what they're doing, how to avoid getting caught, who they need to pay off, and who they need to buy. So even now, they're like, oh, a family. We all know the family. So
I think it's tricky because now, why are they announcing this? Announce to us that you found the hitman and you found who sent him. Why are you telling us that, okay, we are making progress, we are making, we are having breakthroughs? Because with this announcement, it gives the mafia more time to plan the disappearance of evidence. Because now they know that, okay, this is what they found out, this is how they found it out, let's pull a few strings, let's make a few people disappear so that this never comes out.
You know what trips me up is that the mafia could have actually organized this. They could have planned this. Like, you know what, tell the people that you're investigating who. Because the thing is, mafia bosses, they control a lot of people, even higher ups, you know. So the thing is, this could be still part of their ploy. Because, I mean, from a while ago, we've been hearing, oh, there have been breakthroughs in the case. Remember that time they found the car, the getaway car or whatever, and then that also kind of just died a natural
Remember
death.
they arrested 3 people who were fake.
And then it turned out that it wasn't them and what. So this could still be part of the mafia's plan to find a way to, I don't know what they plan to do. But anyway, keeping in line with death, this man actually escaped death. A man managed to prise a crocodile's jaws from around his head when he was attacked near a luxury resort in Queensland, Australia. Marcus McGowan was snorkeling about 28 kilometers off Haggerstone Island in Cape York when the reptile struck. While checking out some coral and fish and talking to a fellow snorkeler, I was attacked from behind by a saltwater crocodile, which got its jaws around my head, he said in a statement. I thought it was a shark, but when I reached up, I realized it was a crocodile. I was able to lever its jaws open just far enough to get my head out. The crocodile then attempted to attack me a second time, but I managed to push it away with my right hand, which was then bitten by the croc. Mr. McGowan, 51, said he was able to swim back to the boat and was later flown by helicopter to Cairns for treatment of scalp injuries and puncture wounds.
Okay, hero.
You know?
Come through, hero.
If it's not your time, it's not your time.
It's really not your time. That sometimes I believe in that is like the timing thing. Yeah. But sometimes I don't.
Sometimes you don't.
So like in this instance, I really believe if it's not your time, it's not your time.
It's really not your time. If God says
because this man was literally in the lion's den.
Literally. But you know, when I read this, the first thing I thought of was Jonah's story. Because I'm like, yeah, it happened, and this man has injuries to show that this actually happened. But imagine telling someone.
He managed.
I also wonder, but well,
how did
sometimes they teach you like these survival tricks. Like I think sometimes they have to poke the crocodile in the eye or something. Like there's certain ways. I remember watching that Australian guy. What was his name? I forgot. the one that ended up getting stabbed by a swordfish and then he died.
Yeah.
But yeah, like they tell you all these escape tactics. Like, okay, if you get attacked by what, this is its weak point, do this to it. And so yeah, that's basically.
I think he needs to come to Namibia and visit the Okavango region, Zambezi region, and teach these survival tricks to the residents there. Because, you know, every other day we are always having a case that, you know,
people were attacked by snakes.
By
the guy's
crocodiles
name was
and
Steve Irwin. Now I just remembered. His name was Steve Irwin. He was an Australian guy who basically, he would go into the danger itself. You know, like he would go hunt for crocodiles, snakes, all of that. But like you're saying, it would be good to, you know, have people...
Especially in our rural areas, man.
Yeah.
Just the other day, I read a very heartbreaking story that a child was attacked by a crocodile. Now, imagine if we could teach these survival tricks to children who are living, you know, closer to rivers or maybe oceans, pools, just so that you know what to do when you're in danger. I think it's crucial.
And like you're saying, because these people live there, he was, I mean, out on a holiday.
Yeah.
This is not things that he faces every day, but with our people, these are things that they face every day. So it would be good for them to, you know, be taught these survival tricks and how to escape if you get caught, you know, in the jaws of a shark. But that is it for our Freshly Brewed News. Now, after the break, I get to interview Professor John Manzelli from the Alabama University of Fine Arts, and we get to chat up with Storm. Stick around, we'll be back with the interview right after this break.
Welcome to My.NA Cars, your ultimate destination for everything automotive.
I am your host, Diana Master. Teamwork makes the dream work, right?
Discover the latest models, innovative technologies, and expert insights from our passionate hosts. Learn essential maintenance tips and get exclusive behind-the-scenes access to the automotive industry. Don't miss My.NA Cars on NTV every Thursday at 2100 hours. Tune in and ignite your passion for automobiles.
Boy, oh boy, am I excited because I have with me in studio Professor John Manzelli from the Alabama School of Fine Arts and a student, Harmony Skates. They have traveled all the way from United States to come. So, Prof, thank you so much for joining me today. And thank you too, Harmony, for joining me today. How are you doing?
Oh, we are doing fantastic. This has been excellent, exciting adventure for us.
Prof, I understand, not even I understand, I was there. This is not your first time in Namibia. You were here in 2016 and I had the honor of, you know, attending basically, I think it was an exchange lecture program where for a semester you took us for a drama class and we performed in Big Love directed by you. And you, I don't know if you remember that. We were in the newspaper. It was quite an interesting time, I would say. So how does it feel to be back?
It's great. It's great. It was one of oh, that's a funny picture. I remember that. Who is that guy anymore? But it was one of the great experiences I had as a teacher, and it's fantastic to see you and former students, and it was a great show.
It was definitely a great show. I would say a very different take from what we were used to. So it was quite interesting to see, you know, a different side, I would say. So, I mean, how has it been? I understand you guys also did Big Love for one of your class projects.
Oh yeah, it was actually over Zoom because it was during COVID, so we did an online production of it. But recently I just saw some of the younger grades do a production of it in our black box that we have, and it was just so crazy to watch, like people younger than me doing the same thing that I did. It just really, it's crazy like how much you grow up and how fast you...
And how fast you change,
yeah,
right?
Exactly.
All right, so Prof, now explain to us what brings you here this time with a rather large group of students?
So we're here for a couple different artistic reasons. One is to reconnect with the artists that I was here working with last time, including Senga Brockerhoff. And so we've done a couple of theater productions. My students performed a showcase of monologues and songs on Wednesday night, which is really great. I did an improv showcase yesterday, which I haven't done that in quite a while, but that was a lot of fun. And we also have students there performing in the choir for Gaza's concert on Friday night at NTN. So we have a little tour of art, and really it's that, and it's a chance for my students to come to know the same artists and people that I enjoyed so much while I was here.
Working with. Amini, how has that been for you, you know, from exploring? Is this your first time here in Africa?
Yes, this is my first time here in Africa. Really the first time out of the continent, besides just going up to, I think I went to Canada once, but it was a really long trip, but it was so worth it. It's so beautiful and completely different from anything I would ever experience in America, and it's just been a life-changing journey. I will never forget it.
That is beautiful. That is beautiful. I was there. I had the honor of attending one of your workshops where you basically spoke about your first time in Namibia, like when we first landed or something. I don't remember.
Yeah.
What was the prompt?
It was, so the first sentence was when we first landed in Namibia, and then there was a couple other sections to hit, like the first person you met, your fears, and what you're going to take back with you. And it was really liberating to be able to write down all my experiences in that poem, and it really made me value this experience a whole lot more, to see how lucky I am to be here.
That is beautiful. I'm glad you're enjoying your time here in Namibia. Now, Prof, could you tell us more about the workshops?
Sure. So the one that we did yesterday was with Ashwin Nambari, at Poetry Workshop. Ashwin was also in your production of Big Love, so this is really working out. It was a chance for the students to write a poem about how they feel and how their experience here in Namibia with a wonderful world-class poet. So we've been doing that for a couple days. We've been doing choir rehearsals at NTN, showcases of theater. We've been unbelievably busy, but it's been just such an honor for them to get to work, and really more than that, the connections with people, that they've got to see that there are so many great artists all over the world, and that Namibia is just one of those places where great artists live.
That is amazing. And talk to us about the performance with Gaza. I'm pretty sure that is something exciting. I mean, Namibians in general are also quite excited because it's something different, having, you know, an orchestra. I'm actually excited. So how have the preparations been? How have you been preparing? Tell us about that.
Do you want to say? Go ahead.
Oh, so it's been a lot of work. I haven't sang in a choir in like 5 years, so it was a very new experience for me. But I had everyone there to help me, like all of my fellow classmates and all of the Namibian singers. They were all so nice and eager to help. And with our dress rehearsal yesterday, I'm feeling very confident about our performance tonight. And I'm just so excited to like have fun and sing and dance, and especially with such like a powerful artist like Gaza. And really, I hope that we can have an influence and make a change and continue this wonderful music and performance here in Namibia.
That is beautiful. That is so beautiful. So why did you, Prof, decide to specifically come to Namibia? I understand you also passed through South Africa. So why Namibia specifically?
Specifically because of the connections I had, and I knew that I could actually have my students experience and meet people. And because I had such an incredible experience here, that I wanted them to feel what I felt by coming here. So, and we knew that we had the chance to get them on stage and perform with artists, and then this Gaza attachment happened. He's been unbelievably generous. Wow. He has been just wonderful. His spirit about this whole project has been to try to just do something good and different and special. And and he's been the lead on this the whole way. He and Alex Falkins, who's the conductor, who is my colleague at the Alabama School of Fine Arts.
Oh, nice.
Yes. So that's where all the connection came.
Okay.
So there are about 38 students when it's all said and done. Half the orchestra tonight are students of the Alabama School of Fine Arts. Half the choir are students of the Alabama School of Fine Arts with a local Namibian choir, and then Gaza.
That is an interesting collaboration and something I think all Namibians are definitely looking forward to, and something they would treasure, especially knowing that, you know, students traveled from far to come and, you know, give us a once in a lifetime performance and experience. What have you enjoyed most about your stay?
Oh, it's definitely been the nature and the wildlife and the community here. Yesterday we went to Pangaea, or what was it? Penduka. Sorry, Penduka, it was called, and it was the most beautiful collection of women there, and it was so inspiring to see people really making a path for themselves when no one else can make a path for them, taking that initiative and making beautiful pieces of art. The jewelry that I'm wearing right now, I bought yesterday because it was just so beautiful to see them working and having to really make a living for themselves and just being so joyful and open and open to sharing. Exactly. And it was just really inspiring for me to continue my life and make my path. To continue your life.
I would say that is truly inspirational. Okay, so Professor, before I let you go, why is it important to take hands with other people? Well, it's safe to say the show was a success, and we do wish the American students and their professors a safe return. Well, on that note, it's all our love, all our light from Diana Master and Aina Raiza Koyo. This has been Smell the Coffee, and adios.